Have you ever had a dream so big that others told you it was impossible? Have you ever felt too small to achieve something grand? In a sun-drenched garden, teeming with buzzing bees and shimmering dew, lived a tiny, vibrant red ladybug named Rosie. Rosie loved her garden. She loved the sweet scent of roses and the cool shade of the lily pads. But more than anything, Rosie loved to watch the birds soar high above, their wings catching the sunlight as they touched the fluffy white clouds. Rosie's biggest dream was to fly higher than any bug, even higher than the tallest sunflower. She wanted to touch a cloud. When Rosie told her friends, the busy ants just laughed. "Clouds are for birds, Rosie. You're a ladybug. Your wings are too small, and you're too heavy with those spots." The grumpy slug simply grumbled, "Stay on the ground, little one. It's safer here. Dreams just lead to scraped knees and broken wings." Even the wise old caterpillar, usually so kind, sighed. "It takes powerful wings, Rosie. Very powerful wings." Rosie felt her tiny antennae droop. Maybe they were right. She looked at her small red face with their perfect black spots. They seemed so insignificant compared to the vast, open sky. She spent her days walking on leaves, watching the clouds drift by, feeling a little sad and very, very small. One day, Rosie landed on the lowest branch of the oldest, tallest oak tree in the garden. Its branches reached so high they seemed to tickle the sky. This was Arrow, the ancient oak, who had seen seasons come and go for hundreds of years. "Why the long face, little red dot?" Arrow whispered, his voice rustling like 1,000 leaves in a gentle breeze. Rosie sighed. "I want to fly to the clouds, Arrow, but everyone says I'm too small. They say my wings aren't strong enough, and ladybugs can't fly that high. Maybe my dream is just silly." Arrow chuckled, a deep, comforting rumble that vibrated through his sturdy branches. "Silly? No dream is silly, little Rosie. Do you know how I got so tall?" Rosie shook her head. Arrow's leaves shimmered, and his voice deepened. "Long, long ago, I was just a tiny acorn. All the big trees around me said, 'You'll never reach the sky, little acorn. You're too small. You need roots like us and a trunk like us.' But I didn't listen. Every day I stretched my roots deeper, and my tiny stem pushed a little further toward the sun. I grew slowly, patiently. There were storms that tried to break me, and droughts that tried to dry me out. But I kept stretching, little by little, never giving up on my dream to reach the sky. And now, here I am, touching the clouds with my highest branches." Rosie looked up at Arrow's magnificent height, then at her own tiny form. "But you're a tree. You grow bigger naturally. I'm just a ladybug." "And you have wings, little Rosie," Arrow reminded her gently. "The acorn didn't have wings, but it found its way up. You have wings that carry you. It's not about how big you start, or what others say you can't do. It's about how much you believe in your own journey, and how much effort you put into it. Every flap of your wings, every tiny bit of effort, takes you higher. Practice, patience, and persistence. Those are the secrets to reaching any height." A new light sparked in Rosie's eyes. Arrow was right. She had wings, She could fly. She didn't need to be a bird, she just needed to be the best Rosie she could be. From that day on, Rosie didn't just walk on leaves. Every morning she would fly a little higher than the day before. She flapped her tiny wings until they ached, taking tiny, courageous flights. She started by flying to the top of a daisy, then to the highest rose, then to the very top of the tallest sunflower. Each time she went higher, she felt stronger, braver. She didn't listen to the grumbling slug or the laughing ants. She listened to Arrow's wise words and the beat of her own determined heart. Finally, one sunny afternoon, with a determined flutter, Rosie flew higher than she had ever flown before. She soared past the tallest branches of Arrow, past the buzzing bees, and up, 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 until she felt a soft, cool dampness against her tiny legs. She had done it. She was touching a cloud. It was soft and misty, just as she had dreamed. She looked down at the garden, which seemed so small now, and then back at Arrow, who seemed to wink with his leafy branches. "You see, little Rosie," Arrow whispered. His voice carried on the wind. "Your dream wasn't silly at all, and it's not about how big you are, but how big your courage is, and how much you trust your own incredible abilities. And that's the end of this adventure. But a new one is always just around the corner. Subscribe to Storiella so you don't miss it."